Kabayan, what happens when you haven't been home for over 10 years? Grabe, it's more than just missing adobo or your favorite spots from childhood. Coming back after a decade hits you in ways you never expected. The sights, sounds, and smells instantly take you back. But there's also a sense of change, both in you and in the place you once called home. Reconnecting with the land where you grew up is not just a physical journey. It's emotional, and it shakes you to your core. Mga kabayan, today we're talking about the top 5 things Filipinos miss after being away from home for over a decade. And trust me, it'll make you want to book a flight as soon as possible. In this video, I'll share with you the 5 things that hit hardest when you finally return home after being away for so long. From the heartwarming reunions with loved ones to rediscovering the everyday life you once took for granted, this will bring up hugot feelings you didn't even know you had. Whether it's the first bite of your mom's lutong bahay or the familiar lambing of family members, the experience of coming home is nothing short of overwhelming. And along the way, I'll share some inspiring personal stories. You don't want to miss this, mga kabayan. Let's get started. So, whether you're working abroad as an OFW or someone who's just been living away from the Philippines for a long time, stay with me until the end. You'll discover why these moments are more valuable than you think and why it's worth every second of the wait to finally come home. There's no feeling quite like hugging someone you haven't seen in over 10 years. When you're finally face-to-face with your family, hindi talaga mapapantayan ng video call. You can't feel the warmth or smell the familiar scent of home through a screen. I remember, after over a decade away, nung niyakap ko si nanay, I just broke down. Suddenly, all the years apart hit me. Time flies, mga kabayan, and you don't realize how much you've missed until you're finally together again. Life is short, and every hug matters more than ever. The taste of home-cooked meals. Sure, you can cook adobo or sinigang abroad, but it's never quite the same. That first bite of a home-cooked meal after so long is like tasting your childhood again. Yung lutong bahay ni nanay, grabe, it's not just the food itself. It's the feeling of eating together as a family, the laughter around the table, and the comfort that comes with it. The simple joy of eating together becomes one of the most treasured moments. You realize that it's not just about the dish, but about sharing it with the people you love. How travel humbles you. Living abroad often puts us in survival mode. We hustle, we grind, and sometimes we forget to slow down and appreciate the little things. When you finally go back home, it humbles you. Makikita mo yung mga tao, kahit may kahirapan, they still smile, they're still grateful, they know how to make the most of what they have. It's a powerful reminder happiness isn't about having more, but about appreciating what's right in front of you. You realize how much you've changed, how life abroad has transformed you into a different person, and you come back with a greater sense of gratitude. The simple joys of Filipino culture. One of the things you forget is just how rich and vibrant Filipino culture is until you're back. From taho vendors early in the morning to the sound of videoke in the afternoon, there's a certain rhythm to life that you can't find anywhere else. Yung simpleng jeepney ride becomes an adventure, and fiesta celebrations make you feel connected to everyone around you. Life in other countries can be isolating, fast-paced, and sometimes lonely. But when you come back to the Philippines, it feels like you're part of something bigger, like time slows down just enough for you to savor it. Rediscovering your roots. After being away for so long, it feels like you're walking into a time capsule. You see your hometown, the places you used to hang out, and even though things have changed, it feels oddly familiar. You realize this is where your journey began. Kahit saan ka man napunta, the Philippines will always be home, a part of who you are. It grounds you and reminds you of where you came from, giving you perspective on where you want to go next. It's not just a trip, It's a reconnection with your roots, a moment to reflect on the person you've become. The impact of being home. Going home after so many years is more than just revisiting places. It's about reconnecting with the people, the culture, and most importantly, yourself. Madami nang nagbago. You see how much the world has changed and how much you have changed. The experience teaches you that life is more than just the grind. It's about finding balance, appreciating the journey, and remembering the importance of connection to your roots and to the people who've always been there. So, mga kababayan, to recap, the top 5 things Filipinos miss after a decade away are those heartfelt reunions with loved ones, the sarap na sarap taste of lutong bahay, the humbling experience of seeing life through a simpler lens, the richness of our cultura that you can't find anywhere else, and the rediscovery of your roots. These are the things that remind us why, no matter how far we go, Filipinas will always be home. So, if you've been away for a while, mga kaibigan, make time to reconnect with home and rediscover what makes it so special. Trust me, you'll rediscover a part of yourself you didn't even know you were missing. Salamat sa panonood, mga kabayan. I'll see you in the next video.